Hey, this is Robert Radcliffe with the Radcliffe Group at Sotheby's International Realty. Thank you for joining me. Today's interview is with the great Sergio Gonzales.
Welcome.
At 805 Title. So, quick introduction here. Not only are you great at what you do as far as owning and running an awesome title company,
Thank you.
but you're also a great guy.
You know, I think we've known each other now. I was just thinking about this, like over 10 years.
Yeah, hovering close to 15.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I was an agent, and I was working on expires, and I was like, who's the king of expires that can teach this little Padawan, right? Like, who's the Jedi of expires? And that's how we originally met. Yeah. And so I appreciate that friendship. And as I've transitioned into a different role now, right, title, and I called you, and I said, hey, Rob, breaking news, I'm going to start this title company. It was like, no question, done deal. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, and I mean it. So like on a personal note, I mean, I like doing business with people that I like, right? I'm sure you do too. Sure. We do business sometimes with people we don't like, but, but when you do business with people you like, it's even more passionate. And it's not just liking you, it's that you're also really, really good at what you do, and from so many different perspectives as far as an agent and how you're part of my team, and we work together now, and I like to bring all transactions to you. But the most important thing I want to bring to the public's attention is, as it relates to an agent, in this case me, a title officer and title company as it relates to you, or we were talking with Galen as well, your wife, who also runs 805 Escrow. These different people, companies, and factors in relating to a real estate transaction are important. Sometimes the public, people think it's a one-size-fits-all. It doesn't matter who's involved. It's like the same concept of like, where do I get my car washed, right? Or where do I get gasoline? You don't put much thought into it. Yeah. These are high-stakes transactions, big deals.
And right? Especially, your price point, your area, right? Malibu, Pacific Palisades, Brentwood.
Santa Monica.
High stakes, high liability.
Yep.
Right? Like everybody's ass is kind of on the line, right? Yep. And I think people, at that caliber are only expecting to work with professionals, like the best of the best, right? That I'm sure that, your clients have the top-notch attorneys, top-notch surgeons, top-notch CPAs, and obviously a top-notch realtor. So it only kind of makes sense that, you as the agent would expect
and pick a top-notch title company.
Right.
Yeah. So. And that's what you bring to the table. Share with the viewer a little bit about some of the nuances, some of the things that you believe and know that 805 Title brings to the table. I tell clients a lot of times, the magic of what I believe and know that I bring to the table, client, public, you're never going to see. It's all stuff that I do behind the curtain. Yeah. I want to make this easy for you. Let me take care of all the problems and filter through so you're not just distracted and bogged down with it. Because moving, selling real estate, buying real estate, there's so many moving parts. It's stressful for many, and it's our job, right, to get the client through it, contractually protect them, and try to make their life easier.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see what's going on in the kitchen.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
They want to have that Michelin star service out in the dining room. Right?
Exactly.
And that's you. And the fires or potential problems that happen in the kitchen, that's where we come in, that, hey, this is happening, that's happening. We're going to let Rob know.
Right.
And then Rob can communicate that accordingly in a calm, confident, certainty level that, hey, thanks, Rob. Let us know when it's resolved.
Right.
Or let us know what we need to do to make it happen. And I think that's part of our role. It's just like, hey, handle whatever's needs to be handled, inform me with what I need to be informed, but also give me a solution or what needs to happen in order to, get this transaction to the end.
Exactly. And part of behind the curtain job that you guys are doing are, obviously looking chains of title, easements.
Yep.
What are some of the other factors or things that you'll be looking at?
I think, there's a lot of questions specifically in your area, right? Like zoning, like are you in the coastal commission? Are you not? Boundary lines, right? Because some of the lot lines are not exactly clear. Sometimes, your clients own 2 lots with 2 separate APNs, but
right.
I
have that right now.
You have that right now, right? So I think there's a lot of how do we mitigate risk up front, right? To avoid any potential ambiguity later on down the line.
Yep.
Right. I bought this property because I thought I could build a second property on it, and turns out there's an easement that I can't, that doesn't allow me to do that. And so I think there's a lot of risk mitigation in your transactions that we as a title company have the ability to do with the data and the records and the documents, dating back to, who knows when, that protects not only you, but also your clients.
Yep. And actually you just nailed something that it's important. Like my team and I, we have a checklist for everything. And one of those is when we take a new listing, immediately let's start the title process. Let's order the preliminary title report. Let's look. And so many times I am so grateful, so thankful that we have that on the checklist early, because we were able to address things before we went to market that needed to be addressed. Yes. That there was some cloud on title, something going on that it was like the seller had no idea.
Some wild deed.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh my God, thank God we're addressing this now versus like a week before closing.
Correct.
Then it doesn't close.
Right. And, sometimes the buyers are looking for any reason.
And can derail a buyer.
Well, oh my gosh, that doesn't sound right. Were they hiding something?
Yep.
And so I think part of it is like, how do I, number one, yes, mitigate risk, but also how do I mitigate escrow fallout? Right. Because of this wasn't handled, or we didn't know how to address this or that, or it's going to take longer than we thought.
Right.
Right. And so now you're in a delay, and
And that's why I love working with you and knocking this stuff out early on.
Yeah.
Before we close up, so besides you being a great guy, smart guy too, and same with Galen. Love you both. You're awesome people. Galen's his wife. So, how many kids do you have? I love this topic.
Right? I went viral for this. So I have 6 kids, right? 5 girls, 1 boy. Love them to death. And, that's our big why, right? Like why we're doing this, and, trying to leave a legacy for them, and teach them also, that hard work pays off. You believe in yourself, you work hard, you do good things happen. And they see that. I think
that's right. You did a video that went viral. Yeah. Like how many views? Like
millions of views.
Millions of views,
it was
right?
Crazy. It was the best $444 I ever spent on marketing.
I remember that. It's awesome. Anyhow, guys, so if you're an agent watching this, or the public, obviously the public, I hope you would hire me as your agent, because I'll be bringing these guys on board, 805 Title and 805 Escrow. Yeah. But if you're a real estate agent watching this, I'm telling you, this guy's awesome. 805 Title's awesome. 805 Escrow's awesome. I really enjoy them as people, and they're really good at what they do. Why don't you give the viewer your contact info, how they find you?
Yeah, you can always visit our website, 805title.com, or you can email me, Sergio at 805title.com, and we look forward to representing you along with Rob and giving you that first-class closing experience.
Exactly. First-class experience, which I think we both bring to the table.
Absolutely.
So thank you, viewer, for watching. This is Robert Radcliffe at the Radcliffe Group at Sotheby's International Realty. Of course, all my credentials can be viewed online at robertradcliffe.com, and I can be reached in my office, 310-317-9900. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to hear from you.